All right, I think we're live. What's up, family? Some of you guys were asking in the TDG chat how to use Active Trader to get in and out of positions quickly. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys. And I'm also going to be showing you guys um, how to set up your Thinkorswim platform to for more so kind of a trading scalp trading kind of setup. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna pull up. This is my Thinkorswim. Keep in mind I do have multiple monitors, so I'm gonna go over this in a little bit. Okay, so for example, let's take Zoom for example. All right, so this is my intraday setup. Here I have 4 time frames. This is on a 27-inch monitor. So I have the 65-minute, the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute, 4 time frames. I have my active trader here, my time and sales up here, and level 2. And then I have futures and indexes down here. I have my current account positions right here. And then I have my daily watch list right here, filtered by percent change. So what for when we're scalping, just say we're scalping the open. We want to have everything at the palm of our hands right in front of us, and we got to be ready to execute as quick as possible. So let's go over how to get this set up. So there's a couple ways that you guys could go about this. You guys, for example, I think Killa has a different setup than me. I believe he has his setup like this. I had seen him post his setup. So he just has it like this. Chart off, sidebar, active trader, and then chart off. So he has it similar like this, but I think he has more cells with more stocks. So this could be, you can unlink this, and then this could be like Roku, for example, and then this could be the options chain for Roku, and then this could be the options chain for Zoom. So let me go back to how I had it. Give me 1 second. Set up intraday execution. 1 second. Okay. So let's get back to where we were. So this personally works out for me because if I'm looking at two different stocks or even three multiple stocks that open, it's just too much that you're gonna focus on too much, and you're most likely not gonna put all your attention into one stock, and you're gonna miss the full opportunity that that potential opening drive is giving you, or if you're looking to take positions at open. So what I like to do is just have one desktop dedicated to the opening play that I'm looking at. So on Zoom, so we're going to be focusing in on Zoom. So like I had mentioned, I have multiple monitors opened up. So what you're going to want to do, so this is active trader right here. Let me see if I can maximize. This is active trader. So here, so this is Tesla. Let me pull up Zoom. I'm going to pull up the Zoom 540 calls expiring this week, right? So this is the mid price. This is right here this is the ask right here, 590, and this is the bid right here at 570. So this essentially is showing you where all the buyers and sellers are at for this option strike. You can see right here the at a price of 570, there's a bid of 102, and right here at 590 there's an ask of 6. So during the opening play, this is going to be moving rapidly. Sometimes this literally spikes like $2, $3, and you have to scroll down this. Like these things move quick on opening drives. So if you're trying to get in on this on your phone, you're not seeing this. You're seeing something similar like this. Watch. You see this right here? You're seeing something similar like this on your phone. So what you have to do then is you got to make sure everything's confirmed. You have to confirm the price that you want to get in at, and then you have to press send. So this probably takes you like 5 seconds to configure, and literally in a matter of 5 seconds, Zoom can be up $1 or $2, and you're getting a horrendous fill. So what you want to do with your active trader, I'm going to show you guys some settings that I have. But one of the most important ones is this auto send feature right here. So auto send, what it does is, I don't think it'll let me because it's already market close. But if I press right here, buy limit, it just rejected on my phone because obviously markets are closed. But you guys saw that extra confirmation didn't pop up because it's auto send. Now, if I put a buy stop up here, it's going to reject again. It just rejected again because the markets are closed. But during market hours, this buy stop will be set here. So if price comes up to $7.50, you're going to be marketed in once price hits $7.50. Vice versa, if you're trying to limit in during market open, if I put a buy limit here, if price comes back down to test 570 and I get lucky enough, I'll get filled for 5 contracts of the 540s. So one of the best, so essentially you want to use active trader to try to get the best fill. So usually you want to be limiting in on your orders, but when price is moving so rapidly, you're most likely gonna have to buy the ask, which buying the ask here would be at 590. But if prices are moving so rapidly, buying the ask is sometimes gonna be maybe like 50 cents or even $1 above the mid price. So what you want to do is set your limit orders right at the mid price, or even putting buy stops above the mid price. So that way, once price makes a jump up, you'll get marketed in. And if price is moving rapidly, even if you get marketed in at like, let's say 670, price is moving so rapidly that within a matter of seconds, price will have already shot up to 670 and you'll be break even. And as price continues to move forward, you'll be in the green. Sorry. So that's active trader in a nutshell. So let me minimize this and let me show you guys what else I have. So this is what we're looking at. This is my intraday setup, right? So here, this is what I have on my active trader. Because you see all this here. This is not typically how it looks. This is what it's gonna look like for you if you're just pulling it up. Load the defaults. There we go. This is what I believe it looks like when you're just pulling it up on your chart. So it looks like this. This little arrow here, show buttons area, you click it and it's gonna show this. So this is pretty decent. I never buy market or sell market. So what you want to do is you want to press this gear icon here, configure buttons. So I never use buy market, sell market, cancel, reverse, or flat. So I'm going to take all these out. Just double click them and it'll take it out. Your second line is going to be this line down here. So you're going to want quantity with buttons. So move that up to the first line. Order template selector, that can stay on the second line. Auto send on and off, you're going to want that on your first line. And then that's good. So you're also going to want buy the ask, buy the bid, and then I'm usually exiting manually. I'm usually setting a sell limit, manually. But if you guys want, you guys can add sell ask or sell the bid or even sell market. You guys want quantity. This is going to show you how many contracts you're in. And then you guys want quantity with buttons. I believe we have quantity with buttons already. Position indicator. And that's pretty much it. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll add sell the ask because I like to see the green and red for whatever reason. I don't know. And then let's see what else. Let's see. Okay. So this is what the active trader looks like currently. And then down here where it says volume, buy orders, bid, price, ask, sell orders, there's a gear icon here. It says customize. You guys can customize this. And there's an option to see your P&L open when you enter the position. So just say I enter a position at 580 for one contract. Just say I buy in here. This over here at the mid price, it's going to be break even. And then once price starts to go above my entry price, this is going to turn green. And it's going to tell me here $10, $20, $30, $40, etc. And then down here, it's going to be red. And it's going to show minus 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. as price moves around. So I think this is useful if you've gotten to a point where you know how to manage your emotions and you're focused on the chart pattern and not your P&L. This is a good way to manage your risk and see how much, like just say you enter a position for 500, right? And you're trying to be disciplined with risk management, and say you don't want to be down more than $100 on the position. I think P&L open is a good way to manage that, because now you can see what price you will have to exit at $100. But if you're too focused, like if you're too much of a new trader and you're focused on your P&L, then I think it's good to take P&L open off. But me personally, I like to have it open. So that's that. Let's see what else. My 1 minute, I have VWAP. 5 minute, the Bollinger Bands. Usually I'm messing around with this as the day goes on. But let's move on to the next thing. So you guys mentioned in the chat, because usually if you guys, just say you guys have one monitor, right? To get to the options chain, you guys have to go to trade. You guys have to pull up the weekly, whatever week you're looking at. You have to pull up the chart. And then if you're not using active trader, you're entering from here. And this is, if you're scalping, this is a huge waste of time. So I'm going to show you guys how to get around this. So this is the trade options chain. And then here's the chart. You guys can see here that I have this little red icon here, this number 1 red icon. This links the charts all together. So by default, this is what it looks like for you if you don't have anything linked. So if I type here Roku, only this chart is going to go to Roku. But if I link them all together, if I link all these charts together, now if I go to Roku, everything will change to Roku. So this is a huge time saver. So, and then your active trader, you want to link active trader to number 2. So once you link it to 2, once you go to your trade options chain, pick the strike that you're looking at. And then what you want to do is, one second, sorry guys. Okay, so what you want to do is right click on the strike, and down here it says send the whole ticker to, and then you guys can see here red, yellow, blue, green. We're gonna send it to 2. So now once we go back to charts, Zoom will be posted here, the strike that we're currently playing, and now we'll be able to trade it actively. But so now you guys might be thinking, okay, but if I'm looking at the opening drive, it's still, I'm not going to be able to look at what price is doing if I have to go back to the trade tab. So this is why it's good to have more than one monitor if you're a trader, obviously, because now what you can do is this. Go to your trade tab, right here where the option chain is, all the way this little thing right here. This is a detach layout. So now what you can do is press the detach button, and now I just detached the options chain. So now I can minimize this, and now I have the options chain floating around. So now I can go back to charts, and I still have my options chain here. So this is my main trading desktop, so obviously I'm not going to have my options chain floating around here. I have it on I have the options chain to the right of me on a different desktop, or sorry, a different monitor. So you guys can see that I bring it over here. But essentially, let's just do this. So Zoom. So I'm going to show you guys how quick it is if you have the options chain detached to switch in between strikes. So right here we have the 540s pulled up, right? Expiring this week on Zoom. If I want to play the 550s, send to 2, and now I have the 550s here. If I want to play the 570s, send to 2, and now I have the 570s here, all within a matter of seconds. Whereas if you had to go to the trade tab and go to the options chain, it would take you like 10 seconds to pull all this up. So this is why it's essential that you guys detach your options chain, so that way you guys don't have to keep referring back to the options chain in the trade tab, and that way you guys can focus on what price action is telling you. And that's a fast way to trade and scalp options. Let me see. What am I missing? Matt had mentioned that he was getting skipped a lot on Zoom. So yeah, bro, you're going to have to figure out Active Trader, get used to it. I don't know if you're not using it, but yeah, get really accustomed to how to use Active Trader, because it's going to help you out a shit ton, especially if you're scalping options. So you guys don't have to use this, my specific setup. What you guys can do, I don't know how much of this you guys use. Maybe you guys only look at one time frame. If you guys only look at one time frame, you guys can have, just imagine this for Zoom. Just say you're looking at the 1 minute, right? You guys can have multiple stocks that you're looking at on the 1 minute. So for example, this could be, so this could be Roku. And then this tab right here can be the Active Trader for Roku. And then this tab right here could be the Active Trader for Zoom. So that way you guys can focus on 2 charts instead of 1. Just in case Zoom isn't doing anything, Roku might be popping off and you want to trade Roku quickly for an opening play. Because the only downside to my setup is that I have it all linked to Zoom. So if I see Roku popping off, then I'm gonna have to switch all of this to Roku, and then I'm gonna have to pull up the Active Trader here on Roku for whatever strike I want to play. And through that whole process, if Roku is an opening play, I'm gonna already have missed a good chunk of the move. Let me see. I'm gonna ask you guys right now in the chat. Making a video right now. Any other questions in regards to scalping options? All right, let's see what you guys say. So I'm just waiting. Let's see what you guys have questions on. Umar's a really good trader too. So he probably explains active trader really well as well. Just waiting for you guys. Come on, someone give me a question, bro. Come on. Probably wait like another minute. But if not, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can think of anything else. Scalping options. I had seen somewhere in, let's see, video ideas. Let's see what you guys are asking in video ideas. Matt is asking, a video chart setup for scalps. Do you copy your options to a watch list? How your flexible grid is set up? How your chart is set up in the morning to watch multiple names. A video on scaling in and scaling out. Let's see what else. Would love to see a video on scalping, how to play the quick market opening movements. I keep finding myself late to the game and getting destroyed trying to find quick entries and exits. Would love to see a video on fundamentals. All right, I'll focus on Orange Toe and Matt, my boys. Okay, so Matt, I kind of already explained how to set up your Thinkorswim platform with multiple names, but I'll do it again. So let's completely wipe this. Let's start fresh, like if you were just starting off a new Thinkorswim platform. All right. So let me go to this. All right, so I'm going to completely wipe this. I'm going to wipe this clean. And I'm going to show you guys, because I really like Killa's setup too. But like I said, I like to focus on one name, and I don't like to clutter my screen with a bunch of different names because I can't focus on like 3-4 names at once. But I'm going to show you guys how that looks like right now. So you guys want to split up your cells. What I'm going to show you guys right now enables you to watch 4 stocks at the same time with Active Trader. And keep in mind, this is on a 27-inch monitor. So this is kind of like the basic monitor that most of you guys should probably have. So this is kind of the reference size so you guys can see. Okay, so now once you guys have it like this, link this to 1. This is going to be linked to 2. This is going to be linked to 3. And this one is going to be to 4. So from here, just say you want to watch, okay, from here, let's pull up the Active Trader. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is going to be, this is not going to be 1 because if we link the option, we're not going to have anything to link the option chain to. So this is going to be, so we have 4 pulled up here. So this is going to be 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Okay, so now what you guys want to do from here is on the sidebar, close the chart and have the Active Trader pulled up. And then once you guys do this, you can close out of the sidebar to save some space on the right. So from here, close chart, open Active Trader, close the sidebar. Close chart, open Active Trader, close the sidebar. Close chart, open Active Trader, close the sidebar. So from here, just say I want to look at AMD. Load style. Okay, let's just say we're using the 1 minute cloud. Clear drawing set. Okay. So this is AMD on the 1 minute. Zoom. Roku. And what else? Fastly. So now from here, 1 minute cloud. 1 minute cloud. 1 minute cloud. So you guys want to close out your sidebars because it's going to save you a pretty good amount of space. So now, where did my options chain go? Oh, I don't have it pulled up. Okay, so from here, so close out of the customized grid. What you guys can do, just say you guys like the setup, right? What you guys can do is right here, where all these little boxes are, where show grid actions, you guys can save flexible grid as, save it as whatever you want. I personally don't use this, but if you guys like it, and if it's something you guys want to experiment with, then it's something you guys can definitely look into. But so now from here, from the trade tab, detach this like I had mentioned earlier. Oh, sorry, not that one. Is it this one? Yeah. So this is your options chain, right? So now we're on the chart tab. If you have 2 or more monitors, I would recommend putting this on a different monitor so that it's not in front of your execution screen. So obviously I can't put it off to the side because you guys won't be able to see it. So let's just keep it right here. So now for AMD, the active trader for AMD is 5. So if I'm trading the AMD 85 calls, I'm going to link this to 5. Zoom. You want to have this unlinked. Zoom. If I'm looking to trade the 550s on Zoom, my corresponding one is 6. My corresponding link is 6. So I'm going to send a Zoom to 6. If I want to trade Roku, my corresponding link for Roku is 7. So if I'm trading the 230s, 7, and for Fastly, my corresponding link for Fastly is 8. Send to 8. So now, if I want to play an opening play on any of these moves, I don't have to do anything. I can just stay on this monitor and I can execute quickly. I can limit in, buy at the ask, mark it in, do whatever you want. So this would essentially be the quickest way to play literally 4 stocks at any given moment. Because if AMD is not doing anything, if Zoom is not doing anything, if Roku's doing something, I can just play it right here and I don't have to take my eyes off the screen. So that's a really efficient way to play it. But like I said, I like to have multiple time frames in front of me. So that's why I have my monitor, my tab set up how I showed it in the beginning of the video. Matt also mentioned a video on scaling in and scaling out. So the thing with scaling in and scaling out, this is a hard one to do, especially if you have a small account. Sorry. So the thing with scaling in and scaling out, this is hard to do if you have a small account because typically premiums are anywhere from like $3 to expensive names going anywhere around $7 to like even $11. So if you're playing a small account, just say you have like $2,000 or $3,000 in your small account, you can't go in with multiple contracts, because you're going in 50%, 75%, almost 100% of your whole account into one position if you're scaling into any of these positions. And the number one thing you have to always focus on in trading is risk management. So right there, right from the bat, if you're scaling into any of these positions, you're breaking risk management automatically, and you're going to be sized in really heavy, and it's just not going to be good. You want to have room to play with. So if you have like a $3,000 account, I'm not even going to say $3,000. Let me see. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So for scaling in and scaling out, the best way to scale in and scale out is to build your account to a good enough size to where you can scale into any of these positions, and it's still relatively small in relation to your account. So for example, like if I'm looking at Zoom, right? And these, I think it's the 570s. Oh, 550s. The 550s go for $3.50. If I buy one, that's less than 1% of my account. But if I buy 5, that's probably like 10% of my account. And that's a good amount. That's a good amount of options to scale in and scale out of. So on an opening drive play, I'm looking to get my full position at a break of a critical level. So just say I was looking at this resistance today on Zoom, right? So this is resistance. So if Zoom breaks this, I'm looking to get my full position size. So if I buy 5 at just say these were $3.50, right? So I'm in about 1,500 here. So if I catch this opening play, I'm up a pretty good amount. So I'm taking 3 contracts off here. So I'm letting 2 ride. So on a next push up, then I can probably scale out. Scaling in and scaling out is tailored to each individual trader, because you can't go ask one head trader and be like, hey, how do you scale in and scale out? Because you're going to get a different answer for every trade every single time. So that's kind of the key with scaling in and scaling out. If you have a small account, you want to try to grow it through discipline and consistency, and kind of hitting scalps and not hoping for more than just a scalp. Because if you're going in one contract here, just say you're going in one contract and you're looking to hold through all this, more likely than not, you're not going to hold through all this, because you're in only one contract. So one contract is your full position. So if your full position is making these kinds of moves, it's gonna take an emotionally heavy toll on you. But if I scaled in 5 contracts here, I took 3 off here, I'm only in 2 contracts on this little pullback, I'm chilling because I'm green already on the position. Stop is now break even, and this is a green trade now. Zoom makes another push up, I'm out 2 contracts, and that's the trade. One good trade. So that's kind of the key with scaling in and scaling out. So that, I hope that kind of answers your question, Matt. Let's see what else. Orange Toe said how to play quick market opening movements. So I'm gonna just call you Husky, bro, because that's your picture. Husky. So with opening drive plays, you want to try to find pre-market resistance and support. So for example here, this was Zoom pre-market support and resistance. This is kind of the basics. Resistance here, support here. If Zoom breaks any of these levels, most likely it's going to continue in that direction. So right here, Zoom broke resistance, popped off. Let's see what else. Even Roku. I wasn't looking at Roku, but this is another clean play too. See this little triangle that formed on Roku? Little triangle. Now you have your pre-market formation that you're looking at. A break above, below. If you're bullish or bearish, you take the trade. No emotions attached because you have your predetermined stop would be here. Stop in my criteria is always prior pivot low. So on a triangle, once it breaks out, prior pivot low would be here. So this is your stop. Oh, it didn't even break out. Oh, it broke out right before the bell. This would have looked clean too. Anyways, scale in 3 contracts, or even scale in 5 contracts, scale out on the way up. So that's kind of how you play these opening drives. Let's see if there was anything on. Oh, this was my bad. This is AMD. I didn't even know. I was looking at Peloton today. I had identified a 30-minute squeeze yesterday, and Peloton got news, I believe, this morning. Let me see. I think Chandler had posted that Peloton got news. Yeah. Oh no. Chandler had posted that Peloton was getting sued for something. I don't know who posted it. But so basically Peloton had gotten news, right? So Peloton was on my watch at morning open, but I had gotten steered away from it because I started focusing in on Zoom. But look at how clean this pre-market range became, and keep in mind I charted this right like 10 minutes before open. So you look for the support and resistance in the pre-market. Market opens. The opening tick is red, breaking the support. Buyers heavily step in, creating a hammer on the 1 minute. And then we crack this resistance and break above it. Now your entry would be here. Stop is prior pivot low, which would be here. If you're scaled in, you can scale out on the way up. But you guys can see what Peloton did for the rest of the day. It popped off. So I'm pretty mad I didn't take this, honestly. But it is what it is. We made our money on Zoom. But you guys can see that these pre-market support and resistance lines are really effective. So I hope that answers your question, Husky. And AD, my man, getting the digital storm. Let's go, bro. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you guys think of it, and let me know if you guys want to see anything else in the future videos. Alright, peace, guys. Later, have a good night.